What's happening, Crypto fam? Happy Thursday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning we're going to look at CBDCs. We're listening to the Chancellor's video from the weekend. A little bit late on it. I tried to cover it on Tuesday. I didn't have time. Didn't have time yesterday. He's going on in a video, it's only 2 minutes 55 seconds, about CBDCs, a G7 report. We're going to have a cheeky little ganders at the report. We're going to watch the video, I'm going to see how much BS this guy's spewing. I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a yay, central bank currencies, yay, crypto, central bank, yay. Which basically means they're going to be, oh, you want to stay away from that decentralized stuff. Come to the centralized institution you've always trusted. Let's watch it, man, see what he says, because I'm actually quite interested in what happens. Look at him, that fake smile, man, you evil bastard.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK. The decision on whether to launch a central bank digital currency is for each country to make, and no G7 jurisdiction has yet made that choice. These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments. That's why working together and careful evaluation with our international partners is essential. In the UK, earlier this year, I announced a new joint task force between the Treasury and the Bank of England to look into a potential CBDC as a complement to cash and bank deposits. We're also hearing from firms, technology experts, and others. Under the leadership of the UK, this report today will help support and inform exploration of CBDCs in the G7 and beyond. With these principles, the G7 is leading an important step change in the global policy conversation. The report covers a range of important matters, such as financial stability, cyber resilience, energy efficiency, privacy, inclusion, and tackling illicit finance. These factors should all be considered when designing and potentially delivering a CBDC that would be fit for the future. Our shared objective is to ensure that CBDCs would be grounded in long-standing commitments to transparency, the rule of law, and sound economic governance. The G7 will continue its work in this important area, working with others to enhance understanding and use of these principles. We're excited to be taking a leading role with G7 members in publishing this exploratory work, bringing money and finance into the 21st century.
So that's on HM Treasury's Twitter. Yeah?
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency...
Didn't want you to play again, bro. Ended up with this page up twice. Add a link on that Twitter. I'll also drop the link in the description. So the G7 public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies and G7 finance ministers and central bank governors statement on central bank digital currencies and digital payments. The G7 has today published a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies. alongside a G7 finance ministers and central bank governors statement. So there's 2 documents. Basically, look, the details. What's in the details? The G7 is today public. Oh, it's the same fucking line. Alongside the blah blah blah. For CBDCs and digital payments, CBDCs could be a digital form of central bank money that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. The decision on whether to launch a CBDCs for each country to make, and no G7 jurisdiction has yet made this choice. Excuse me. It raises important questions about the way in which people interact with money and payments. I think most of us in this space see CBDCs replacing cash in the end. Now, I don't want to throw numbers on it. Oh, by 2030 there'll be no cash. In the future there'll be no cash. There's just going to be no cash left. Now, you can say America and the UK might be cashless by 2025, 2030, but how long is it going to be till the whole of India's cashless? Till the whole of Africa's cashless, till the whole of the world is cashless? You're looking at a hella long time. The W3C say in the future there'll be no payments. Now, I could go back to 1985 and look at email and say in the future there'll be no letters. In the future there'll be no letters. We won't need a letter in the future. You could just send a text, a WhatsApp, a FaceApp message, an email. You can send electronic mail. You don't actually have to send mail. You could have said that in 1885. It's coming. Future. No more post office. But the post office is still there. I'm still getting letters through me door. I don't send letters anymore, but I still get letters. That tells me in 20, 30 years, I might not use cash. But there may still be some people about that actually still want to use cash, still do use cash, and I might need to be ready to take that cash in. However, a very small amount of cash currently is actually cash, and a hell of a lot of it is already considered digital money. I mean, how much of the world's money is digital? Why the fuck? One-tenth is held as coins or banknotes. The remaining 90% is held as digital money on computers, servers. The vast majority of transactions by value are executed by moving electronic data from one computer file to another without any exchange of physical cash. Now, it will change because, you see, you've said before, the CBDC might not necessarily be a decentralized currency with multiple nodes running the network. It will be centralized. You said it in the video, it will be released by a centralized entity such as the Bank of England. It will be a centralized currency, central bank digital currency, which means there's already 90% of value on the planet waiting, or 90% of cash value on the planet, fiat currency value on the planet, that's literally ready to become a CBDC straight away. Now, someone could legitimately say, well, why don't you just put the 1/10 cash digital and it's fucking done? And it's not quite as easy as that, because that doesn't mean it goes on to distributed ledger technology, where it's immutable and all the rest of the buzzwords that we say. Transparency, privacy, security, You actually need to put it on distributed ledger technology, cryptographically secured, to be able to say that. The digital money at the moment isn't on DLT, isn't really cryptographically secured, and is controlled by one single entity. And I don't know about you, but I don't want anything to do with that currency, really. I've said before, I need to know how much shit is in pounds, or what it's worth in pounds. You're going to want to know what it's worth in dollars, you're going to want to know what it's worth in euros, and blah, blah, blah. But then we'll just asset swap and trade on value. I'm never going to need to really touch a pound until I come to a shop where they're like, no, I want to receive a pound. And then by then, there'll be APIs from Intelligent Protocol in almost every app. Uphold would do it already. We just give me your bank details then. Send it through Uphold, and it would arrive as the pounds they wanted and not the XRP or other asset that I actually sent over to them. The UK's presidents of the G7 comes at a pivotal time for the future money and payments, with rapid innovation bringing fresh opportunities and considerations for public policy. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, a potential digital form of money that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. A part of this wider story of digital innovation, CBDCs might offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future and could support inclusion and innovation in an increasingly digital and dynamic economy. But they also raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments. Not wrong there, mate. Not wrong there, mate. Because they're gonna compare them. They're gonna have compared them in The rapid rise in the use of digital payments is transforming the way people and businesses transact, and their impacts are now wide-ranging. With implications for broader public policy objectives, these trends have been further accelerated by the COVID pandemic. CBDCs are not crypto assets. Crypto assets are not issued by a central bank, can be highly volatile, and are not currently widely used for payments. CBDCs are fundamentally different from private issue digital currencies such as stablecoins, which are a liability of private entities that seek to maintain stability in their price, typically in relation to stable assets such as fiat currency. Well, CBDC can be considered in two parts: the CBDC itself, an instrument issued by the central bank that can be transferred as a means of payment, or held as a store of value, and the wider ecosystem in which a CBDC operates, including the supporting infrastructure that allows CBDC balances to be managed and payments made. This wider infrastructure could involve both public and private participants, such as banks, digital wallet providers, or other payment entities. In recent years, G7 banks, together with the Swedish Bank and the Swiss National Bank, have worked collaboratively, including a group jointly chaired by the Bank for International Settlements and the Bank of England, to explore considerations related to CBDCs. So the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, is basically what they call the central bank of the central banks. Had a joint report published in 2020. You heard in the video, they've got the task force in the UK looking into this now. I'd imagine by next summer we get a little bit of framework and we got a lot more depth into this and what's actually happening. And then I'd expect by the start of 2023, the full-on migration is going to be rolling out, and you're going to see a lot of movement regarding the G7 banks and the G20 banks, and every single one of them basically just laying out the foundation of what's going to be their CBDC moving forward. And then from that moment on, I guess it's just going to be a matter of how fast can they swallow the cash. How fast can they swallow the cash? Because it's like, when you bring a new note out, you're like, oh, we got a new £20 note here now. You've got 18 months to bring all the old 20s in. They're swallowing the old £20 notes, aren't they? And after that time, it's not worth shit. Not worth shit. So, in the end, the 1/10 of actual physical cash is going to start getting swallowed up and transferred into CBDCs. But that won't come until the 90% that's currently digital has gone onto distributed ledger technology, is more secure, is more transparent, is actually a CBDC. And then again, it will swallow the 1/10 on top of that, and cash will be gone in the end. But it is extremely interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, this is we're about a year or two away from it truly taking off into what we've been waiting for. Do you know what I mean? I mean, how many times have we said 2023 to 2025 is where it's really gonna fucking begin? And we're approaching it, man. It's getting exciting. And on that note, you know the dance. Links are in the description. Invest in yourself, invest in internet value, live long and hodl it all. Don't let it go, get it staked, get it baked, live off the rewards. It's legit, yeah. We love crypto. We love the internet value. I'm not too keen on banks and the CBDCs, you can get fucked. But I love you, so take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.